Hello friends, Iceberg with Dylan Brothers Indian, and today I'm going to take you through a walkthrough of this extremely limited edition Jack Daniel's Indian Bobber Scout. Alright, we've got some great stuff to talk about on this Scout Bobber here, but first let's go ahead and start with the engine on this motorcycle. You have the 1133 cc liquid cooled engine on this motorcycle. This is going to put out over 100 horse on this bike, and this bike only comes in at 537 pounds. So that's a whole lot of ponies on a very lightweight motorcycle. You do have a 6-speed transmission on this motorcycle, and the final drive is belt. As you can see, this Scout has a very low slammed profile to it. Large part of that is going to be your very nice matching 16-inch front and rear tire on here. These are very aggressive tires, nice width to them. You have nice knobby tires on there as well, really going to grab onto the pavement. These bikes are an enormous blast to ride. As you can also see, very low seat height, so this is going to fit a wide range of all size riders. Coming in at 25 inches on the seat height here, and very low and slung in on this motorcycle. But you do have the complement of having the forward controls, so if you are a little bit taller like myself, I come in at around 6'1", you are going to be able to fit and stretch out on this bike a little bit more comfortable than if the pegs were in the mid control position there. So you can open up a little bit, and then up front you do have the nice kind of pulled back down drag style bars on it as well. So all of this is going to play off a nice comfort, good seating stance on this motorcycle that once again is going to fit a wide variety of riders. All right, now that we've kind of talked the specs on the bike, let's talk the cool factor. There are things about this motorcycle that really make it stand out. Obviously, it's a limited edition. It is a Jack Daniel's motorcycle. Now, for some of you kind of wondering, why would Indian Motorcycle and Jack Daniel's pair up and do a bike like this? Well, Indian Motorcycle is your first American-made motorcycle, and Jack Daniel's was your first registered American distillery. So the two have come together as the first in an American history to do that, so it really plays very well for these two to come together and put out a bike like this. Let's go over some of the really nice features on this motorcycle that make it so unique. First and foremost, let's talk about the paint, where you have that matte black running through there, and then you have the 24-karat gold leaf inlays running down the side. You can see the nice pressed in pattern to it. That's going to go on the fenders, on the tank. Speaking of the tank, it is a 3.5 gallon gas tank. You're going to get well over 40 miles to the gallon, so a bunch of riding time on this bike for sure. And then moving back, where the accents are finished off on the rear fender as well with that gold leaf. The signature of the black and gold is that represents the Jack Daniel's Lynchburg Fire Brigade. Jack Daniel's is the only distillery in history to have its own fire department, and they rock the black and gold. And as you can see on the tank, they have the very nice emblem to complement that. So once again, just very cool pieces of history all being thrown into this Scout Bobber. I'm a huge fan, and I really love all the detail, and especially the colors and that gold leaf. Man, just kind of takes you back to the 70s. I'm a huge fan of gold leafing. I think it's a very lost art that I really do wish that more motorcycle manufacturers would bring back, because it's those little touches like that. And speaking of which, and talking about that, I should bring up that the custom builder who does this and who works with Indian and with Jack Daniel's to put out these incredible motorcycles is Brian Clock of Clockwork Custom Motorcycles. He is the one that came up with this design. He gets all of this ready for Indian and for Jack Daniel's, so make sure to go check out his site on Instagram, on the web, so you can see all the cool things that him and his company put out as well. A few other great touches on this motorcycle that I really want to touch on here is down on the side here where you have the nice gold emblem sitting out there with the number on this machine. This is going to be 173 out of 177 made on this motorcycle. A very another nice emblem on this bike up on the front fender, and I do love that they incorporated this in there. In the gold leaf, it says bottles and throttles do not mix. I do really appreciate that Jack Daniels and Indian put this on here because yes, you are representing two wheels and you are representing alcohol on this motorcycle. So I do very much appreciate and give hats off to Indian and Jack Daniels both for putting that nice reminder right on that front fender and add the beautiful touch of doing it in gold leaf. Few other custom pieces on this Jack Daniels Scout Bobber here is going to be the hand grips are custom, very nice, extremely comfortable. You have the real nice kind of hex design running through them, nice custom bar end mirrors. Your floor pegs and shifting pegs are also going to be custom with the old number 7 logo in it. And then last but not least, you have the all leather custom Jack Daniels seat to complement and finish off the motorcycle. I do apologize, that doesn't actually finish off the motorcycle. Moving down, and one of the last pieces to finish that off is going to be that nice matte black exhaust with the gloss end tips on it. That, with the seat and with everything else, really ties this entire motorcycle together to just make one outstanding and beautiful Indian Scout Bobber. One other thing that I would like to touch on that you possibly have noticed in this video, you can see that the floor looks a little bit different here. So what we have done is, with the popularity of the Indian brand and the growth of the Indian brand and how many motorcycles we are taking in, we outgrew the small Indian dealership that we built. So we went ahead and came over to the motorsport side over here. So now Indian and Motorsports have teamed up. So you have this very enormous showroom floor now that can house and meet the needs of the growing market for the Indian motorcycles. We are super thrilled about this move. This is something that's very cool for us because now we can really showcase these bikes and have them displayed out, get all of them on our floor, and are going to be able to take in more and more of these incredible motorcycles to have that availability for people out there. So this is now, as I said, the Indian dealership is now inside the Motorsports building. So if you're going to stop out at Dillon Brothers to possibly come take a look at this Jack Daniels Scout, please stop over at the Motorsports store and come check out the whole new redesign of the location of the Indian store. And as always, from the entire Dillon Brothers Indian family, thank you so much for checking out our videos, and always remember, gear up, ride safe. Thanks a lot.